Chicago School of Mold Making is a design and creative center that creates silicone molds and customize those molds for pastry chefs. They've become a great partner for us because we have such similar missions. They really want to see chefs and pastry chefs execute their ideas. My name's Jimmy MacMillan. I'm the executive pastry chef of JM Pure Pastry in Chicago. And what we're about to watch is the evolution of a seed idea that is now in its third year and has become increasingly more interesting, complicated, and at a higher level of talent.
And we just use a very creamy white chocolate from Madagascar.
I like to think of myself as thinking outside the box and very creative. I'm Sean Pera. I work at the Umstead Hotel and Spa in Cary, North Carolina, and I like to just represent my hotel and our craft. Not boasting, but I've done very well in a lot of the competitions that I've competed in.
35, great show.
This is also super earthy and goes along with the line. Tomorrow is going to be pretty intense, I think. We're all going to be extremely focused. Go to it and get it done. I'm Michaela Haypack, and I'm from Toronto, and I work at Splendido Restaurant. Coming into it, I just wanted to make sure that it was exactly what I've wanted to do and exactly who I am as a pastry chef.
It's like 100,000 times more nerve-wracking this time. I'm Meg Gallus. I'm the executive pastry chef at the Park Hyatt Chicago, Nomi Kitchen Restaurant. Absolutely, I need to be part of this again. This time I know more about the competition, feel way more pressure. Certainly you don't want to show up to the party twice and not win.
I like this competition because how organized it is. The competitions I've done in the past, you find out things the day of you do them. My name is Jim Hutchison. I work as the pastry chef at the Winby in Morris, Connecticut. This competition deserves more of my attention because I just believe in it. It's really professional, the way that it's done.
Why not do a milkshake? It brings us back to that kind of childhood thing and think about, oh, I had that in my mom's kitchen. I used to go out with my grandma. So I thought, bringing that forward, we would have these high-level chefs reimagine a milkshake. It should be easy. You put it in a glass, give it a straw, and you're off to the races.
When I think about pastry, I don't know if milkshakes come to mind. So the artisan gelato milkshake, I think, is one of those things that kind of threw me off. It's not something that you traditionally find in a competition. So we were provided all the glasses by Steelite, and I have to say that they're beautiful, so it was nice to see something that was very cutting edge, very clean. You have to work within the confines of a glass. I wanted the milkshake to be light, to be airy. Build layers, you have to build textures. Here I'm using a lemongrass and Shisho mascarpone foam. When I think of a milkshake, I think of eating burgers and fries, and I wanted to take that away.
We're using really, really fine ingredients. We're using the best gelato that we can possibly make, adding in some layers and some textures. It can really be a dessert. While elevating it, I really wanted to stay a little bit true to a classic milkshake. I didn't want to go too crazy with flavors, because what I want is a chocolate malt milkshake. I'm actually basing my milkshake on a Mont Blanc, which is a traditional French dessert, chestnuts, vanilla, and rum. It's gonna be pretty simple and streamlined, but I think it's just gonna hit the milkshake spot.
It's an artisan gelato milkshake. It needs to be kind of like a plated dessert with the technical and the flavor components need to be interesting and different. So I think mine is definitely interesting. I actually worked at Licks and I used to make a lot of milkshakes. It's like a hamburger and shake place. So it's kind of funny that I'm going back to my roots this way.
It was a surprise when I found out that we had to do a milkshake because everyone thinks of it as just thick milkshake or a thin milkshake. For the milkshake, I'm gonna have forest berry gelato that I made. Inside of it will be an olive oil sponge for a bit more texture. I hear that a lot, that my desserts aren't sweet and they're delicate. So I wanna keep that along those lines. I hope the judges can tell what I'm trying to do with my desserts.
Okay, so what we have today is what I'm calling the mountain of all milkshakes. Starting at the bottom, some layers of crunchy meringue with the coffee arabesque, a layer of mascarpone gelato. Separating that is a layer of bourbon vanilla butterscotch, and then on top a chestnut milkshake.
I love the straws. Oh, and what was the requirements for the ingredients they needed to use?
This one.
Just working with Frigel and with Nielsen Massey, right?
They have a mascarpone gelato and the vanilla thin bourbon. Chestnut.
Mascarpone I didn't get at all. I mean, I found some pieces, but...
No, they have a lot of flavors.
Anybody get the meringue at the bottom?
I like the meringue.
You did?
It's good. It's nice, it's still crunchy, yeah. Yeah, it's still crunchy.
What I have for you today is white chocolate yogurt gelato milkshake. The base flavor of the milkshake should be reminiscent of more yogurt than white chocolate. Inside, there's 2 layers of a chamomile flour cake. The middle has a sour cherry eggless meringue. The foam on top is lemon stick shisho mascarpone foam. There's a whole sour cherry and then an isomalt leaf.
It's a nice texture here. The meringue, or what is it?
Is that very sweet?
It's dense. It's
Yeah,
like
it's dense and
it's like a
it's
marshmallow.
It's still actually like
With the cold,
too.
with the cold.
Because it's the same as that
Yeah.
kind of crumbly, it's like a...
Milly, grainy.
Yeah, it's milly. It's mushy.
Yeah.
Today I had from Frigel the forest berry and the crystal berry arabesque. I made the gelato with both of them. There's some chunks inside of the milkshake that were blended, chunks of the crystal berry on the bottom. There's some chantilly piped on top. There should be chunks inside the milkshake of an olive oil, toasted olive oil sponge. If you look on top, there's also one on top as well. On top, I also have a crispy milk Japanese, and then you have some coriander and anise flavors on top as well to hopefully complement.
Tastes good. Color's good.
I like the garnish. You know the meringue,
Yeah.
the garnish.
The milk is nice too, but it has a little bit of milk powder taste. But the idea is good to use milk powder for the meringue base. And it's nice having the fresh herbs on top. So you put the straw in, and you're still getting fresh herbs as you.
And you can smell. The only problem I have with this, with the tree, the cake in the mirror,
Yeah.
you have the piece in your mouth.
So this is my bedrock pot milkshake. It's layered with a bilberry goat yogurt gelato, lemon curd, the lemon arabesque, thyme streusel, and garnished with lemon thyme and thyme blossom.
Nice and sour. Flavor's good though. It's nice and bright. It's strong also the thyme, huh? It's not like there's something to mix it, because the curd isn't gonna melt.
No, the thing is, she did the milkshake and then she put it back in the freezer. Tastes good.
The taste is great.
There was nothing casual this year about the competitors. They showed up early, they didn't want to eat, they were on their stations, and they were ready for war.